Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 7 of the LightBearerPod. I'm your host, Quepto, followed by my co-host, Striders, who's here with me now.
Yo, yo, yo.
This week, we've got obviously not a big episode, I would say, but big in terms of the story. Season of the Witch has come to a close. Not the actual season, but obviously in terms of the season and the story. Overall, it's pretty good, in my opinion. There is a few things that I do want to pick apart what could have been better. But in terms of the story, I do have to say... Eris Morn did get a good ending. I was getting a bit worried, but I think before we get into that, we'll probably go through the weekly events and what's available in Destiny this week. So for this week in Destiny, obviously being in October 3rd, the starting. For the weekly GM, you've got the LightBearer strike. For the LightBearer strike, you've obviously got the weekly rewards, which is the loaded question. That's the fusion rifle. That's Adept this week. If you haven't got that, definitely do pick it up. It is a hard hitter. The perk you do want to look out for is Controlled Burst. So the perk that I've got many weeks ago was Envious Assassin and Controlled Burst. The reason why that's definitely a good fusion rifle to get is because you're able to do a lot of damage with Controlled Burst. And with Envious Assassin, you don't have to reload. So you're able to get 16 in a mag, which is insane for like boss DPS and boss damage. Moving on to the next bit. As for the weekly raid, you've got the Root of Nightmares, which is now into the rotation. So if you haven't got, obviously, conditional finality, that's probably the best thing to do. Keep farming that this week. You've got pretty much 7 days to essentially get it. I'm pretty sure if you just farm the Nezarec encounter, you should definitely be able to get it to drop. So this is the week to have to go for it. As for the weekly dungeon is the Presage. So, that's the exotic mission, I should say. So the exotic mission is obviously the Presage. So for the Presage, you get the DMT. That's been on the season for, I think, the third time this season. I believe me and Striders done it. We done it together, didn't we, Striders? The DMT mission.
Yeah, we done
Presage.
it together. Yeah.
Yes. So that one is obviously the third time this season. If you haven't got it already, definitely do get it. The rewards that you get in that exotic mission is also good as well. I remember the guns being good. But as for the dungeon is actually the duality. So duality is something that you do want to grind if you haven't got the guns for that as well. But pretty basic week, pretty standard. Main thing to go for this weekend, I would say, is definitely the raid. If you haven't got a conditional finality, or if you're trying to get the red border guns, definitely go for those as well. Anything else you want to add, Striders?
I think in terms of dungeons, raids, and stuff this week, like Pinnacle, everything that's like my favorite is there. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like Duality is my favorite dungeon, or that with Ghost of the Deep, although Ghost of the Deep is very long. Root's one of my favorite raids, and I'm just thinking whilst you're talking, it's like, how are we gonna get Vispa and Optimistic to just grind that? I don't know if that's gonna happen. And the Exotic Mission, that's my favorite one as well. And I think in this week's rotation for that, you might get the IK Lost SMG. Don't quote me on that, but if you do, then that's something I'll definitely craft if it's possible.
I was literally looking at the week and I was saying, wow, this is the Striders week. This is everything that you want.
Yeah, it's literally everything that I'd want. Even like loaded question, for example, I haven't got that yet, so I need you to help me grind that out as well. So yeah, this week's gonna be a bit of a grind, which I'm actually looking forward to now.
I was praying that it would be the Fallen Saber one, because the Fallen Saber GM, you're able to cheese that in the beginning and then just absolutely run through it. But the Lightblade one is a bit tough because all I know is that the last encounter, literally, you just have to keep running in a circle because he starts chasing you. It's like the Callus, basically, boss. Same kind of layout.
Don't tell me it's that. Is that the one where they want you to grapple everywhere and just spin around?
Kinda. So that's obviously like the Callus mission, but this one is that knight. It's that Hive Knight that if you shoot off his helmet, he starts chasing you, like literally running at you.
Oh yeah.
And it's got solar burn on it as well. So obviously Hive does solar and arc. So and those are the two burns as well. So it's gonna be an absolute nightmare.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess it's triple warlocks or something.
Yeah.
Triple wells.
Yeah, triple wells has to be. Next, I want to obviously dive into the story. I know you haven't done the story as much, but I'll probably give you like a rundown of what's happened. In terms of the story, so we've obviously come to the conclusion that Eris Morn has obviously built all the types. So the whole point of Seventh Fire and Altars of Summoning is that we build up the charge for the hive so she can get stronger and stronger. We're now at the point where we've built enough types for her, so now she's kind of reached her ultimate hive presence, I would say. So she's constantly wants to challenge Xivu Arath, because the whole throne world is obviously owned by Xivu Arath, and Eris Morn has just come in, built herself to some next level and wants to challenge her. In terms of the season, how it ended is obviously Eris Morn. There was a cutscene essentially where Eris Morn basically inherited the last hive, and she was one of the strongest hive people there was. She was basically a god for a second, which is crazy. So she had all the power of the hive. Imaru the ghost, he obviously was really scared. He was shook. He was able to kind of revive Sabathun because Sabathun is there. So once they revived Sabathun, it was crazy because Eris Morn literally went up to Sabathun and went, "You know what? I'm going to kill you." And she just killed Sabathun right there and then. So a person who's got no light to killing Sabathun by herself was just crazy. But yeah, in terms of the season, I think it was really nicely done. The only complaint I had was you had to kind of read the lore books, the lore tabs, to find out what happened. So Imaru brought Sabathun back alive again, and now we have Imaru as a prisoner. So that ghost shell, he's now a prisoner of the Vanguard, and now Sabathun is obviously roaming the streets now. She's obviously give information about the witness, saying, I've kept my end of the bargain. Here's the details about the witness, and now let me free. And the Vanguard, they were thinking about keeping Sabathun hostage as well, but they were like, you know what, let's let her roam free. So now we're really, really close to the witness now. So now all the intel that we needed for the witness, we've essentially got it. And now we've got one more season, which I think is Season of the Redacted. And then after that season, then it's obviously the Final Shape DLC. So things are coming into place now. And in terms of the story, we're getting there. We're getting really, really close to the witness, which is quite good. I know you're a huge fan of the witness. Like, you're looking forward to that the most.
Yeah, it's one thing that annoyed me is how far away the witness is actually from us. As in, we're talking timescale. It's, I think, February is coming out.
Yeah,
Final Shape.
Right, February.
Yeah, oh my God, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think in terms of the timescale, it is a long wait because it's practically next year. We still got a whole year, pretty much, or half a year. So for us to kind of get through the Eris Morn bit, and then we have to kind of deal with something else after, a whole new season after, it's still a bit of a stretch, but I think in terms of the story, it's placing nicely because I don't know about you, but you know how Eris Morn was becoming hive and stuff? I was thinking that she's going to die this season or something like that because they've been killing a lot of people off during the season story, but thankfully she's alright. So I didn't want another character dying for no reason.
Yeah, Eris Morn's, she's a good character to keep as well. They should definitely not consider killing her.
Yeah, and then in the story, what happened is another thing that was cool in the story. You know how she became all hive and stuff. So in the end, she had a decision. So she had a split second to decide: does she want to remain hive forever, remain as this powerful hive god who can pretty much kill or challenge anyone, or is she gonna banish the whole hive spells, get rid of the hive completely in terms of their presence of Savathun and the Witch Queen, and then return to her normal self? And at that split second, I thought, you know what? As a person who doesn't have any power or not, she's gonna pick being the hive and control the hive. But she was like, nah, forget that. And she basically banished all that, and she's back to her normal self now. So I think in terms of her redemption arc, from her starting off as a character that got stripped off the light from Crota, to now becoming a hive god and then giving the hive powers away. Yeah, I think it's just a good story in general. I know you haven't played the story, but explaining it to you is obviously good in a sense that you understand that Eris Morn is back now, as back to normal, no more hive. And I think the whole hive element of the story is come to a conclusion now. Taken King, Savathun, Witch Queen, all of that has come to an end basically.
Yeah, to be honest, I understand everything that's gone on. I just want to watch the cutscene myself. But
yeah.
You were saying she gave away all her powers. Man, I just wish she kept them. It would have been better to see her stronger. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if there was a way where she could have kept the powers and still been the same, then it would have been better. But it is what it is. The main thing for me is just the witness. I just want to see what they do for the witness, because generally have no idea how the Guardians or like the Vanguard is going to take down the witness, because he looks too overpowered in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see with the next raid, innit?
Yeah.
That's if the next raid is him.
Yeah. So obviously, being the 7 weeks, that's 7 weeks done, by the way. So that's 7 weeks that we've done our podcast. Well, obviously, we started the podcast in Season of the Witch, and now we've obviously come to the conclusion of the story. How have you found the season so far? It's been 7 weeks now. Anything that you like, you don't like?
7 weeks. To be honest, I was shocked when you said that. I didn't feel 7 weeks, if you know what I mean. It just feels like 4.
Yeah.
How do I think it's gone? The season's gone good. I think it's one of those seasons where you just have so much to do that you just get annoyed at the end of the week that you haven't completed this and this and that. For example, this week I didn't even hand in my trials card because I forgot, because I was busy doing other stuff. Yeah. And it's just like, that's what a season's meant to be. You have Seventh Inspire, you have Auto Summoning, you have the raids, you have, well, it's 2 raids that are Pinnacle Corona plus something else, for example, Kings this week. And then you have dungeons upon like missions and this and that. It's a good vibe, if you know what I mean. And then like the ordinary, like, for example, GMs. I don't think I've done a single GM this season.
Yeah, same here. We need to do one today, I think, or maybe tomorrow. 100%.
Yeah, we need to do some, but it's not like we've been missing out. Like, if you know what I mean. Like we just haven't had time to do it. We're just busy like helping people level up and stuff. It's just, season's gone good so far.
Yeah, I think in terms of the season, it's been solid. Were you saying something there?
I said, what about you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think, no, the season was obviously really good. In terms of story-wise, the content is good. For me, I like the Hive. The Hive I found really interesting. I know there's a lot of Hive, content out there already, but for them to kind of ignore what fans are saying, because the fans are pretty much sick of the Hive, but Bungie were like, you know what, no, our story is not finished yet. We're going to finish it. We're going to talk about Eris Morn. Obviously, we're going to carry on from the Witch Queen DLC and, Zevio Wrath as well. So I think it's good that they kind of come to a conclusion just before the witness. I think it's good to kind of close that chapter. In terms of the season's gameplay, so obviously we've talked about Seventh Fire a lot and Altars or something a lot. We enjoy that a lot. So I think I don't want to tap into that too much, because me and you have spoken about it for, quite some time. But I think, in terms of the season, it's definitely a step up from the previous one. So this is much better than Season of the Deep, because I don't know about you, but I was just so bored, going through the water bubbles and doing the fishing thing. This is actually something that you want to grind for and go into. I think minus the hacking and the guns and the glitch guns, I think the season is solid.
Yeah, and you forgot the servers.
Oh yeah.
The glitch guns, the servers, and the hacking or the DDoSing. Yeah, to be honest, everything's been fine. This week I didn't experience a single lag. Same. There was nothing negative I could say from like a Destiny server perspective, hacking perspective. There was nothing. So obviously the basics are being done, which is good, and the game's healthy. And we always talk about auto summoning and everything. Yeah, even the exotic missions now, it's like you're doing it for the 3rd time. I just wish they can, how do I say it, like make other ones, but I know like making them takes time. So it's like that one's a bit of a sticky one to talk about. But everything's good. Everything's good.
Yeah, I think I was checking it the other day. It's crazy because it's 7 weeks where the story's finished, right? But within the season, if you look within the season, we still have 53 days left until it ends. And that's a lot. That's more than 7 weeks, I think. If you do the maths, that's definitely more than 7 weeks. So now it's just a case of what they're going to do in terms of story. Are they just going to push out, maybe new game modes and new stuff? Another thing that I did want to talk to you about is obviously we're in October now. So now we've got Festival of the Lost, which is coming through. That's going to be a big event because I love Festival of the Lost, collecting the masks. I want to see what they do. Is there anything that you want to see happen for Fest of the Lost? Are you excited for it or?
To be honest, not really. Unless
Oh
they
damn,
bring us
really?
some OP, like, you know how Braytech, there was that auto rifle, the Braytech one.
Oh
I
yeah,
wish they
yeah, yeah.
bring that back. The guns, yeah, the guns. I don't mind a little reskin with some like Halloween ornaments, if you know what I mean. I think
Yeah.
like, let's talk like, let's say the emotes. I'm ready for. I can't wait for those.
Your
The
wallet's ready.
ships, yeah, the ships as well and stuff like that. That I don't mind, and I can't wait for that. But the event, I doubt the event will bang. But
Yeah. I remember. I remember last year, me and you, we saw that sparrow, the spider one, and we bought it like within a heartbeat. We saw it, we're like, yeah, yeah, we have to buy it, no matter what. And then I think for the, I think for the Halloween mode, there was the candy mode where you just pick up a bunch of candy. I know it's obviously still a bit of a stretch away, but yeah, I think I definitely want to do that. I think they're so clever in a way where they finish the story within 7 weeks, and then it could be like a dry spell for like 2 weeks, and then after those 2 weeks, then bam, Fest of the Lost is right around the corner. Their planning is so clever. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I
yeah,
hate it, but you have to respect it as well at the same time.
yeah, and I think they're gonna drop some random cutscene out of nowhere as well. Like,
Yeah,
it's Bungie. They'll definitely drop some random cutscene, like a big story thing, and then they might even start the story again a little going into the next season.
yeah. I think they did that last time. I remember. It's funny because the cutscene about the witness, last season, the origin story of the witness, they dropped that out of nowhere. That was literally within the third week. There was nothing significant about it. You literally just done a random mission and bam, out of nowhere, you got like a cutscene about the witness and how the witness started. Like, that was crazy. If they can do that, then that would be great.
Exactly, and I didn't want to bring that up because I didn't know if that was 100% the case, but I guess it was the case, and that's what I was referring to when like they can bring something out of nowhere. You never know. And to be honest, I just remembered something about I think it was last year, Halloween event. They did trials and it was like no radar, everything was
Oh
like dark.
yeah,
I want
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I definitely want that again.
Seriously, you want it like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give us like a week or two of that. I wouldn't mind.
Oh damn, I don't know. It's like the way I see trials, right? We'll talk about our trials passage a bit later in the episode, but I think to touch on to the trials of Osiris, the way I like it is even if it's Halloween, Christmas, even if it's the apocalypse, keep trials the same. Like, it's a competitive game mode. You shouldn't change it, in my opinion. If they added like visual effects, like the map is all Halloween themed, then I don't mind. But I think in terms of gameplay, they should just keep it the same because that way you're ruining the competition. That's how I feel about it.
I get you. And the only thing I could say is I don't mind a little bit of change in my opinion. Like for
Mm.
example, the no radar thing, I'm not gonna be like upset about that. I actually don't mind that. It was actually fun last time I remember. And plus, I'm an invis guy. Like an invis hunter is just gonna strive during those weeks. And then
Yeah.
what else was it? They make it a little darker. Yeah, I don't mind that as well. It just helps with my invis, helps with my like I can just black out my shaders and just yeah. Charles, I agree with you, but I disagree with you at the same time. It's like
Yeah.
keep keep things as simple as possible, but change it a little. I don't mind. Or even if they bring us some random Halloween looking gun to Trials of Osiris, which they won't do, but if they did, that would be fun.
Yeah, I think if it's like visual stuff, then it's right. Obviously, the radar thing, I don't know, because that seems like a kind of a big change. But yeah, hopefully they don't change a lot of things. Because I remember in D1 there was a time where in D1 where a spider or something would like jump on your screen, and then if you
Yeah,
crouch for too long, your radar would like permanently go away. But if they don't do anything crazy like that, then I think it's alright. But yeah, I think just keep it simple. Focus on the actual game mode or Festival of the Lost rather than the other game modes like Trials and Crucible. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for that bit. Another thing I wanted to ask you as well. Obviously, this season being done, what do you want to see next season? Like obviously, Season of Redacted is coming out. That season got cancelled, by the way. So they were supposed to release that ages ago, but they were like, "Oh no, we're gonna postpone it, and we're gonna push our other ideas for the season, and we're gonna keep this one last before the final shape." So, what's your expectations about this season? Like, what do you want to see? Is there anything a better game mode or like a better guns or like talk to me about it?
I want more, and I know this won't happen because I think it will happen next season. But I want more of the, like, I want more Vex. Not Vex, actually. What was it called? Outbreak. Outbreak Perfected. You know that red, like, triangular kind of shit? Yeah, Siva.
Oh, interesting.
I would love for that to come back. I love that kind of style. And guns is obvious. We need new guns. We need a lot more new guns.
Yeah.
I wish we can get like for a story. I wish we can get like the Witness coming into like, I don't know, like just meeting our Guardian, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. We've had an encounter before with our Guardian before. Not in his witness form, but like we've spoken to him. If we were able to get more dialogue face to face, that would be interesting. Like something to set us up for just before the final shape.
Exactly, yeah. Something to set us up. I want us to try get into the triangle thing. What's it called?
Oh, the pyramid, the darkness pyramid.
Yeah. I want us to try get into it and flop or something like that. That would be funny. And yeah, I mean, we just need another good seasonal arena thing. So, for example, a new version of auto summoning and stuff like that. We just need the OP thing.
I was gonna say in terms of the weapons right now, for this season, I think the meta is definitely hand cannon meta. Like, would you agree with me if I said hand cannon?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know about you, right? But like, I like my hand cannons and whatnot, but I just find the hand cannon meta so boring sometimes. Like it's just bang bang. But like the one I love the most and enjoy the most is the all rifle, and the pulse rifle meta. Like for me, that's because that's obviously that's my gunplay. Like that's my gameplay skill. That's where I thrive the most. I think for you, do you prefer that or do you prefer the hand cannon meta?
Oh no, I'm a number one hater for like hand cannon meta. I hate it. I hate it so much. I prefer that over scout meta. But a pulse and an auto rifle meta, like a solid in between, would be the best meta. I'm an auto rifle guy. Like literally the day that Destiny came out, it was auto rifle, fusion rifle. Now, I wouldn't want fusion rifles back, but I want auto rifle like shotgun. You know, but all the fusion rifles need to be like valid at the same time.
Yeah, I think iterative loop and kickstart that definitely needs to. I think it had a nerf already, but I think it is just crazy. Like rapid fire fusion rifle to do that much damage, like insta kill from like high range is just crazy. Like if they kept it as only the high impacts that can do that much damage from that range, then it's fair enough because you've exposed yourself to an enemy for that long. So it's like fair game. Like they should be able to kill you, but having a rapid fire fusion kill you at that range is just disgusting in my opinion. Like it's so scummy.
Think about it this way, right? And I'll defend iterative loop because I have it, and it's one of those. It's like sometimes it works out perfect, sometimes it doesn't. Now, imagine if you were a shotgunner and you use like a wall to hide behind, right? And you're just waiting for a guy to come past. Now, an iterative loop will never win there unless the guy knows that you're there and he gets like ready and he goes like, he slides across or he goes like wide a little, and he gets his kickstart perfectly timed. That's why like kickstart for me, I struggle to use it. I'm not gonna lie. Like iterative loop, I am nowhere near good with it. But that's why I'll defend it. It's like it's not. You have to be really good to like take advantage of it, and certain maps suit it so much, and to the point where it's so boring to use because it's just so OP. And there's some maps where you really just cannot use it.
Yeah, I think in terms of proccing the perk is I think because you need to sprint, right? You need to sprint for a bit and then you can proc it with the perk.
Yeah, you need sprint for like, let's just say like a good 3 or 4 seconds. and
Yeah.
then you slide, and then it prompts, and it's only active for like a second and a half or something like that. And bear in mind, your charge time is like half a second, or like it was 0.75 seconds. I think it was like that.
Yeah.
So you have to take that into consideration, obviously.
Yeah, it depends on the playstyle really, because I think when I was using the fusion rifle, I can only use it for weapons that I've paired with long range. So like I'm seeing people use Rufus and iterative loop. Like for me, I can never use that because my playstyle is I need something for medium to long and then something for close. I can never use like Immortal and Rufus or something like that. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, immortal and iterative, I can understand depending on the map and depending on your playstyle. If you like pushing, then I
Yeah,
understand it. But the one that you'd ideally want to use the most is like a hand cannon or a pulse with a fusion.
yeah.
Ideally,
I think in terms of using a hand cannon for me, like, you know what gun I've been using recently? And speaking of hand cannons, I've got the catalyst for Hawkmoon, and I'm telling you that gun. In my opinion, like we'll play it today probably, hopefully, and I'll show you. But I think that gun honestly dethrones any PvP hand cannon. It is so good, bro. Like, cause the the catalyst, what it does, it gives you more paracruzal charges, so you can do more damage, and it gives it more range as well. So it is such a hard hitter. So like in terms of 6v6 or even trials, I'm gonna start using it now, because if you kill one guy and you've only got 4 bullets left, you're gonna have 3 paracruzal shots. So either those 3 shots are gonna do increased damage, or they're all gonna charge into 2 of those bullets, or even 1 of those bullets. So like there was the time where I literally had a guy one shot, right, and then the last bullet, I shot him and he done like 127 damage, and it just insta killed him.
yeah, that's crazy. But you better watch your mouth, mate, because on the private match that we played, you saw round robin. Round
Yeah,
robin
but it's like okay,
overthrows Hawkman.
round robin. Okay, you know what? I've also want to get it not only because the gun is good, because I've also got a strand build now. So you know those warlocks you see in Crucible where they like non-stop spam the threadlings and the strand stuff.
Yeah.
I've literally got that now, and I've got a build where, so if I kill someone with the ability, let's say, it will spawn a tangle, right? And then if I throw that tangle at someone, it will suspend them.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which is like, that's crazy. Imagine like you spawn a tangle with round robin, you pick up the thing, and then when you throw it at someone, it just suspends them, which is just mad.
Yeah, no, that would actually be crazy. The thing I've realized, and I don't know why, I don't know if it's me or my builds or whatever, but you know those little balls that you pick up after you've killed someone with a strand weapon? What's that called?
Tangle.
Yeah, that's it, tangle. I get less tangles with round robin than I would with like a Rufus Fury or the other, you know, the hand cannon that even you got this season one.
The
I
kept
forgot the
confidence.
name. Yeah, kept confidence. I get more tangles with that and Rufus Fury than I do with my round robin, and it might be my fault with like a build or something.
Yeah.
But for the time being, until you get yourself a round robin, use kept confidence. I would recommend, because that also
Yeah.
does like a free. It's free to the head. It's 70, 70, 70, and it's a 140.
I had a really good kept confidence. I think I had hammer forge, smoothbore, and then I had the kill clip. It was either kill clip or yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's kill clip actually. So it's pretty similar to your round robin. Obviously, it's not going to do as much damage, but yeah, I think I need to
Nowhere
use it
near.
because if your round robin was doing like 100 to the head, I think,
Yeah, it does
with kill clip.
100 or 101. The only people it doesn't free hit or two hit is high resilience.
Yeah,
But
that's crazy, man.
yeah, most of the times it just literally two hits after you get a kill clip, or after you get your first kill. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think yeah. Since we're speaking about Crucible anyway, let's talk about our trials, how it went. Because obviously this week we went flawless on the map. In terms of trials, we saw the grenade launcher and we're like, yeah, we definitely have to get it. In terms of your passage, what did you think? Like, do you think it went well or?
Yeah, I mean we started off bad. Well, we started
Yeah,
off decent, and then I don't know. We played like 2-3 passages. We warmed up, and then I remember I was using Invis, and I was just like, it's not working. And then I started putting away my sniper, and I used I don't know. It was like a hand cannon plus shotgun. It was mostly hand cannon shotgun, or even like Revision 0. I pulled that out as well.
Ah, yeah.
And I was just trip mine after trip mine. And that's, I think, what helped me. And I even told Optimistic, remember, because it was me, you, and him. And he started using trip mine. It was just cancer. It was cancer. It was crazy. It was fun as well.
Yeah, I think when we started changing our loadouts to like the proper ones that we're used to, that's when we went flawless. And we went flawless as a trio on Friday. So that's probably like the time where everyone's online. So our competition was tough, but we were just able to steamroll teams by using abilities and guns. For me, you already know what gun I was using. I was using Hung Jury because that map is literally perfect for Hung Jury. I was able to kind of close down any sniper or anyone from long range. Just literally, all I saw on my screen was literally 94, 72, 72, bang, done. Easy kill.
If he wasn't on my team, I'd be roasting you, but yeah. He didn't switch guns, guys. He literally didn't.
I can't lie, you have to rate it because I'm not using my secondary here. I'm using it on my primary. That's primary skill, man. No secondary shotgun.
You have no W key, mate. There's no W key in your playstyle.
My controller.
It worked.
Yeah. I think, my grenades, on the, another thing I did is because I was on my Titan for the Sentinel, I always used to use suppressor nades, but now I've been using scatter grenades, and those are just disgusting. There was a kill where I remember where heavy spawns, when the flag spawns, there was a guy with a shield up, and then we were both shooting it, and then you took it down, and I just threw a nade, and the guy did not expect it, and he just got instant.
Yeah. I remember exactly. That was in middle as well.
Yeah.
The map, I didn't expect to be a map that we'd get flawless on, if you know what I mean. It was just it's a weird map to play. But it's just like once, like for example, let's say flag is in middle, right?
Yeah.
The team that spawns closest to middle, like on the outsides, if you know what I mean, they're always gonna get to the flag. And then for you'd have to go like left and right and then try work your way in. Which was very one-sided. But yeah, it worked.
I was going to say, what's it with that map? You're talking about the side where the tree is kind of close to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
On your left, basically. Yeah, that when you spawn there, and let's say it's like an overtime or like the flag is going to spawn, that comes in clutch because you can literally just hide behind that box and just put a rift or even put like a shield. And then for me, I was just camping in my Hung Jury and just tapping people, like killing them. And you're probably doing the same thing as well, innit?
Yeah, I was just with whatever hand cannon I had out.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I wasn't even like using my sweaty setup. Like my sweaty setup being like conditional and immortal or something like that. Or like if I needed more range than a Rufus and conditional. I was not using that. I was just using like a normal hand cannon and shotgun. I even pulled out duality at one point.
I think for a map like that, we looked at it and we were like, oh, this might not be good. But then when we played it, we were just, I don't know why, it just felt good. Like in terms of rotations and pushing wise, that map is actually, although the spawn bit is maybe not fair, but I think in terms of gunfights, it's really fair because it's so spaced out. You don't have to worry about people like proper pushing in your face and whatnot. Like there's distance to it, and that's what I like when trials maps. When you got like a big map and there's distance, that's the best thing in my opinion.
Not for me, mate. Not for me. That is definitely for you, but for me, I prefer the complete opposite. I'm a short range. I don't mind having a shotgun SMG. I would love nothing more.
Yeah, really.
Just a shotgun SMG.
For me, I like my range, man. Like I like to, not because of even Hung Jury, like even other guns, like the auto rifle, like the Abyss. I was using the Abyss for a bit, and that thing was shredding at a long range.
Yeah. I forgot I even pulled that out as well. Oh, and Amit. Of course, Amit.
Oh yeah, Amir was disgusting this map.
Yeah. No, but I literally used, you could say, 6, 7, 8 different weapons. Whereas you and Optimistic just literally had one whole loadout, the whole Trials passage.
You know, was it this week or last week? He was using Optimistic. He was using Rufus, and we were like, use Ace of Spades, man. Like Ace of Spades is perfect.
No, that wasn't this week. That was last week.
That was last week, yeah.
Yeah. This week he had the Amit. He literally got it red bordered. Literally like 15 minutes before we started playing. He paid to level up, as in like he used all his materials, and then he just used it, and he's like, this gun's OP, this gun's OP, this gun's OP, and then with the trip mines, it was just perfect. Solo on solo.
Yeah, you guys were just getting so many picks with the trip mines, because it's like, what does it do, that exotic, by the way? Does it make it harder to shoot, or the explosion is more? It's the young Hamkara Spine, no?
Yeah, so it does a little bit more damage. It's harder, like it has more health, as in like it takes longer for you to shoot it down. Yeah. And once you get a full-on hit with it, it recharges like minimum like half of the trip mine.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then you have to wait another like 15, 20 seconds for another thing. Like if you hit 2 people, you pretty much got it again.
Oh, and does it have like another charge? So does it like charge 2 of them, or just only one of them?
No, just one, but it like recharges very quick if you get a hit.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, because my initial thoughts is that it makes it harder to shoot, and then you get to charge 2, so you can throw through throw 2 or 3 of them, and it will
If
stay.
I could throw 2, I would clear teams with just grenade.
For me, I use armamentarium, so I get 2 scatter grenades. So I'm literally I'm so scummy. Like I'll throw like 2 people at one, like 2 grenades at one person just to get a kill.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's like, you gotta be scummy in trials, man. I don't care what anyone says. You have to be scummy.
Yeah, have to. And then once we went flawless, because we were trying to grind for like a bait and switch, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. We need to talk about the grenade launcher as well. After.
Yeah. So we were trying to grind for a bait and switch, and then what was it? I was using Strand, and when I was using Strand, I was using double grapple. The fragments for Hunter, I was using double grapple and the diving thing. So I was just literally messing around diving. Sometimes I'd get like 2 people, get a kill and a half or whatever. Or sometimes I'll just go in and die. But I was just having fun, and not gonna lie, it's a good map for that.
Yeah, I think that map, the diving was good, because I saw a couple clips where, you know, the Hunter, when they spawn a tangle, literally the map is open, so you can actually throw a tangle up in the air and grapple onto it, because it's not gonna like get taken away, because there's no walls, there's no nothing. You can literally throw it and go across the whole map and just grapple.
Yeah. To be honest, you're talking about your Strand. What's it called? Your Strand loadout that you've got ready. My Strand loadout on a Hunter is just disgusting. It's just disgusting. I've got the 2. I've got the one where I dive. And I've got the one where like I dodge and it leaves behind the thing.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, now that obviously you're using Strand, I'm gonna try and use it as well. Me and you can both like just suspend people non-stop, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'd just be so annoying.
Yeah, I can even use my grenade that suspends people.
Oh yeah, the shackle grenade or something like that.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just crazy. Yeah, Strand is definitely OP, just as much as Stasis is, to be honest. It's just you need to be like a tryhard.
Yeah, you need to use it right. Okay, let's talk about the grenade launcher. In terms of the grenade launcher, I don't remember the name. It was like GL3 something. But that grenade launcher, what do you think of it, the Strand one?
I remember using it, and I was clutching a 1v3, and I got 2 kills, and I picked up heavy. And I went to shoot, and it didn't shoot. And after that, I just never equipped it again. But it's a beautiful gun. Like, I love grenade launchers that look like that. And plus, like, even when you're using it with different shaders, it's just a beautiful gun. And I like the rolls that it was dropping. The rolls are just, they're good.
I did my research on the gun, because I was thinking, why is everyone going so crazy with it? So I went onto Twitter, or X, if you want to call it that. But I went onto there and then I found a guy and he made like a video, like a short video showing what to go for PvP and what to go for PvE. For PvE, that gun, if you get bait and switch, and I think it's Envious Assassin or something like that, that gun does serious damage, bro. Like if you run strand boosters on it, that does like a lot of damage. Like you could potentially replace a rocket launcher if you really wanted to. Like honestly, you could forget a rocket launcher.
Definitely.
Use that.
Definitely. Bait and switch and Envious Assassin is just always OP. But this is the reason why I wasn't too fast. I need more of a like PvP grenade launcher. I didn't need a PvE. PvE, I've got that cold comfort, Envious Assassin, impact casing, and bait and switch. Like I'm sorted. I'm sorted for the rest of my I'm sorted for the rest of my time on D2. Like I'm always gonna be high damage.
For me, so the role I got for the grenade launcher, I got the PvP one. So I got like I think it's I don't know. Then I don't think it was Spike or something. I think it's the one where you detonate on someone. But then I got the chain reaction. Chain reaction is the one that you want because when you shoot at someone, it kind of chains onto the other person. That's good for PvE as well if you want to do like added clear. But I was using it in PvP and like it felt like I was using colony. Like literally just grabs onto someone and bang, insta kill.
Yeah. No, I've got a. What's that role that you just literally said?
Chain reaction.
Yeah, so chain reaction. I've already I got one, and I'm trying to load it up right now to see exactly my role, but I think I got like a 4 out of 5. I think I didn't get the correct I think I didn't get spike grenades or whichever one I was meant to get.
Yeah, I didn't. My one was 4 out of 5 as well, but I think for having a map like that, it was definitely worth grinding for it because that gun is not going to come back in rotation for a while.
Yeah. And I'm happy that I banged it out, to be honest.
Yeah. Cool. So that's trials we talked about. In terms of the last topic I want to talk about for this episode is obviously coming from the the servers, the glitch guns, the hacking and whatnot. We've had basically a week and a half or 2 weeks of peace now. Has Bungie redeemed themselves, would you say? Like, because obviously this is the first week of trials that's been normal now. Because the last 2 weeks has been, the Igneous Hammer week. The Distant Shore map has been replayed like twice. Coming back from that, are you happy this week or what do you think?
I mean, I'm happy, and to be honest, I forgot about the whole weapon thing and the whole like servers.
Yeah.
Like last week was bad, but this week I'm honestly, it's like I completely forgot about it. We're good. It's all good now.
Yeah.
But I know some people, salty people on X or Twitter, whatever you call it, they're definitely gonna want like bright dust or silver or like something. They're always gonna complain.
Yeah, they want some form of like compensation or whatnot.
Exactly. Like you made me suffer.
I think they made the right move by not rolling it back, because people are saying give us the same gun again, Igneous Hammer again, and the same map. If they did that, then I don't think I would play Trials because, like there's some people like us that we don't like Igneous Hammer like that. We're not gonna grind for it, and there's no need to like replay a whole like gun just like 3 weeks in a row now, because that's just jarring in my opinion. That's like so long for no reason.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, I would have tried to get it, but it would have just been annoying. I would have been like, why for 3 weeks in a row? I don't care what happened, but why?
Yeah, definitely.
But thank God they didn't do that. Even for like GMs and stuff, they haven't done that either.
Yeah, if they were to roll back the same GM, I would be annoyed, because that's like a dent in the weekly schedule. Like you're basically pulling it one behind. But I think for trials it was fair because obviously the servers and whatnot. So it was unfair for everyone. But in terms of GMs, yeah, don't run that back, which is good.
Yeah, I think this week GM I need to do because I haven't got loaded question and I just need it just in case for like DPS.
I'm telling you right now. So imagine your Cold Comfort.
Yeah.
So you've got the best, obviously, RPG in the game, the rocket launcher for damage. If you get a loaded question with Envious Assassin, and controlled burst, you will literally do the most damage in the game. Because because imagine this, imagine if you had a good hothead as well. You could use a loaded question, and then you could use your hothead, and then use arc, let's say, and you can run triple arc surges, because loaded question is arc, by the way.
Yeah.
So it works for both hothead and the fusion rifle. So you would literally do insane amount of damage. I remember doing War Priest, and I was using literally loaded question, and that gave me like a solid like 2 mil by itself with controlled burst and envious assassin.
Yeah. Loaded. I mean, I've seen people just do a lot of damage with it. I want it. I don't know. You were saying that the GM this week's gonna be hard. To be honest, hard is fine. We need to get like optimistic or Visper onto the wave as well, just so that they don't find it boring. If you know what I mean.
I think as long as it's not a battleground one, we should definitely be able to do it.
Yeah, the battleground ones. Yeah, I'm not wasting my time.
Yeah, those are a myth. I can't lie.
Yeah,
absolute
definitely
myth. I'm trying to think. So yeah, obviously coming to the last topic in terms of Bungie redeeming themselves. So if someone was to come to you from Bungie and say, "Have we redeemed ourselves in terms of trials, in terms of the servers?" What would you say? Would you turn around and be like yes, or would you say no?
Give me another week. Nah.
Give you another week.
Nah. For me, all's good. I would say all is good.
You'd give them a clean slate, yeah. You'd be like, I'm happy.
All good.
That's interesting. I think I would say the same as well. Not gonna lie, because look, these things happen. We had a whole episode about the servers and what they can do, and we went into the network side of things, and we understand how difficult it is. So I think for them to turn around and say that they fixed it, and they've done like, I think last week was like a world record for the amount of maintenances they had. They must have had like at least 10 maintenances within that week.
Damn.
Which is crazy. Yeah. But
yeah.
so far, no server issues, so it's all good. Looking forward to the next week. Obviously, Eris Morn's story is done, so we talked about that in the beginning of the podcast episode. Obviously, Crucible Trials, we talked about that as well. I think overall, it's been a good week for Destiny. I'm looking forward to the next week. Hopefully, we're going to try and grind this GM this week, and hopefully the next week's GM is even better. But is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, that's it really. I actually really want to get Vispa and Optimistic on today. Yeah. And we just need to get a Root of Nightmares checkpoint.
Yeah, we need to farm it for those two, because I think, especially with Conditional being a gun that you can kind of farm this week, we need to definitely do it for those guys, because Conditional is a must. Like, if you don't have Conditional, guys, you need to get it like 100%.
Yeah. And I think me and you need to perfect the GM and then get one of them to join us each time, if you know what I mean. I will just tell them what to run. And then,
absolutely.
And then they can have that, although they don't really care about PvE, but still.
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to say, also, so before we wrap up the podcast, just say a huge thank you to obviously everyone that's kind of engaged with us on our platforms. So obviously being on Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff. In terms of the platforms that we do the podcast on, so you might be listening to this on Spotify, you might be listening to this on Apple Podcasts. If you do want to show us support, if you can, obviously engage with us on the X platform. We're planning to open up a community there, so all of our fans can kind of go in there, or anyone that wants to kind of engage with us. We're thinking of doing a giveaway soon as well, so we're going to open up a community. I'm going to open up to suggestions, whether you want silver or like a Steam card, PSN card, Xbox card. Let us know. Obviously, we're going to do a giveaway. Me and Striders will look after it. I'll get Striders to pay for the whole thing, so just ask for whatever you want. And I'm sure
that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Although I might buy that mask for someone. Have you seen it on Twitter?
Oh, the Same 14 one.
Yeah, that looks beautiful. Oh my god, one of them might get that if it's purchasable for a good price.
Yeah, well, you heard it here, guys. If you enter the giveaway, Striders will buy you a Sane 14 mask. There you
go. And I'll borrow some money from Quepta.
But yeah, all jokes aside, guys. join us on the community. We're gonna make something there. We'll decide what to give. We're definitely gonna ask you guys first what you want. So whether it's a Steam card, Xbox card, or whichever platform, or even if it's a Destiny related thing, let us know. But engage with us. If there's any content that you want to see or anything you want us to talk about specifically, let us know in the community, or even tag us or tweet us. We're always active. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up from me. Was there anything else from you, Tarek? Or Striders, I should say?
No, that's it. That's it, really.
That's all it. Nice. Well, we'll wrap it up there. Just to say thank you again for engaging. We'll see you in the next episode. Take care and peace out. And see ya.
See ya.